Today on Community Watch, I'm having a conversation with Scott Moody and Daniel Bosarge of the Rome Noon Optimist Club, talking about, of course, the annual Pancake Breakfast, which is coming up on November 23rd. You got to go to this event. It's a lot of important work being done in the community with the funds raised. It's a great show, a lot of information. Community Watch starts now. Welcome to Community Watch, and I am thrilled to have, I think, one of my veteran guests.
Absolutely.
From at least once a year, from the Rome Noon Optimist Club, Scott Moody.
Yes,
Welcome
thank you.
back.
Well, it's good to be here. It's almost like a holiday, Christmas and Thanksgiving. Once a year, it's going to come up.
Well, I know we're going to talk about the big event that's coming up pretty soon. The event that many people plan their holidays around.
Kick off of the holiday season.
And that is the Pancake Breakfast.
Yep.
But I also want to talk about the organization because, the Optimist Club has been around for a while, but the Rome chapter, the Rome Noon Optimist Club, has also been around for quite a while.
Yeah, we were chartered back in December 3rd of 1948. So this is our 76th year continuous operation as a club in our community.
That's pretty impressive.
It's a few years older than me.
So you weren't around for that initial meeting?
No, I wasn't at the first meeting. No.
Okay, I just I connect you so much with the organization. I thought surely they found a way. Well, has I know that the purpose, the mission of the Rome Noon Optimist Club is supporting the youth of the area.
Yeah, the motto of Optimist International is "Friend of Youth."
So that is part of the national.
That is it,
mission.
and that is the mission all our clubs follow. Yes.
So everything that you do during the year is focused on kids from this area, from young people in this area.
We have one or two things that Optimist International is like we do. Respect for law, but it's tied to students because of not fearing law enforcement or seeing them as a friend and a help feeds that mission also. Yeah. We do the same thing with the first responders. We call them frontline, our 911 and all that. So we recognize the people in those two areas, but through the lens of making the youth appreciate and understand what they do for them in our community and make them part of that.
I've attended a few meetings over the years where there have been, guest speakers and presentations. I always learn a lot at those meetings.
Yeah, that is one of the things over the years that I've taken away from being in the club is I've learned so many things about what goes on in our community and why. That's the biggie, is why. Why is this? And those guest speakers that come in, fill in those gaps and go, oh, okay, now I see what we're doing, why we're doing it, or you see where it's going or why it's going there. And then the other component is with our members, club members themselves. We all come from a pretty diverse background. I was in education. The next segment is going to be with someone who's in the financial sector.
Right.
So those connections you make can help you in so many ways as you go like, okay, here's someone I can ask a question from or get some help with. So anyway, a lot of benefits and a lot of knowledge over the years from those meetings.
Now I know that you are open to new members.
Oh, yes.
So if we have individuals who are watching who are saying, that seems like an organization I could get behind.
Yeah.
How do they need to contact?
Right. They can certainly reach out to us through our Facebook page or our website. Our Facebook page is pretty easy. It's Noon Optimist Club of Rome.
Mm-hmm.
And you send a message through that, and a few people have. Or they can go to our website, RomeNoonOptimist.org. That's pretty easy, RomeNoonOptimist.org. Or, we have some that just, they know a member and they come as a guest. We've had some people just, hey, I've seen what you're doing, I want to come. Guests are always welcome, and you get a meal out of it, And we share with you, we'll give you a pamphlet that talks about who we are, what we are. That's about as high pressure as it gets. I mean, it really is. We found that, we want people to join our club, and they're welcome to. And we have a very strong, healthy club. But we just found the pressure doesn't pay off in the long run.
Yeah.
So you let them see what we are, come a couple of times. If you're interested in us, we're interested in you, and what interests you that falls under our umbrella. That's the other thing. A lot of our programs or groups we give to or whatever came from our members because that was their interest.
Mm-hmm.
So that's helped us throughout the years keep our membership strong.
Well, there's really no end to ways that you can help the young people in this area.
Mm-mm.
I mean, so, and I'm always impressed by the variety of ways that you do this.
Yeah.
Of course, I'm very familiar with how you have helped the foundation camp over the years.
Yep.
With a very kind donation, and that is our summer camp for young men that we do Georgia Highlands with the 100 Black Men of Rome, Northwest Georgia.
Absolutely.
But that is just one of, you may know how many, but
this past year I think we funded grants to 15 different local organizations. And what we generally do is, how does it impact kids? Foundation camp, yes, tremendous impact. Is there some connection to our members sometimes? And there's that. A couple of 100 Black Men are in our club. So that's it. But some of the others, just a couple of those we do. We do Grands That Care. That's one. We do Summit Quest, Cops for Kids, the Vacation Reading Program at Sarah Hightower Library. That's just a couple of the ones we do. And what we find is these wonderful organizations in our community that do wonderful things to help or support kids, they're effective at that. So let's help support them, and it promotes our mission.
right.
Now, we have our own we do, but sometimes other groups can do what you want done better than you can, and in these groups, they do.
Yeah, and speaking personally from our foundation camp work, a financial grant donation is exactly what you need.
Yeah, exactly. Y'all know what to do.
Yeah.
The funds to do those things is how we can best help.
Yeah. Well, what are some of the things that originate with the organization?
Yeah. Okay. Optimist International has several things that the club does. Locally, we do a student of the month for high school students. Okay. Then we do a student of the semester for middle school students. One student from each of the schools, public and private. They come, invite their parents, have a meal. They tell us a little bit about ourselves. The other thing that's good about that is we kind of give them a little script to go by, things to talk about. So they have to get up in front of a room full of people that they don't know, many for the first time, and just talk. They get comfortable with that a little bit better. So we help them with that. And then we do a terrific kid program for elementary kids. So that's three of the specific things we do. And then we have some programs that are Optimist International programs. Oratorical contest, essay contest, and a communication contest for the deaf and hard of hearing. Well, again, success in life. can you communicate effectively through the written or spoken word?
Yeah.
So those contests help those kids grow. There's scholarship money through those, and we provide them as kids move up the rank in these things. We provide them with the financial support to go to the next level and help them with that. And we're very proud that just in probably the last decade, we've had a district winner, which is basically a 2-state winner of all 3 of those contests.
That's great.
$2,500 scholarship.
Wow.
One child went on to the other with that and wound up with, like, I don't know, 10,000 plus in scholarships. You know, so we do our programs. We help other groups with their programs that match our mission, and we do Optimist International programs.
Yeah.
And that's where all the money goes. The money we raise, that's what we put it into.
And the thing that has always impressed me about the Rome Noon Optimist Club, as somebody who has been a member of a variety of organizations that have worked me.
Yeah.
I mean,
One fundraiser. Yeah.
y'all do one fund. I mean, it's a big one.
And we do it well.
It's big, but you have your act together, and that's the only one you do all year.
Yeah, and we do it, and we're able to raise the money to do all the programs. And over the years, the amount of money we've raised has increased. Like I was thinking back, I was president about a year or two back. Before that, I was president a number of years back before that. So within the last 10 years, 9 or 10 years ago, I was president. The goal that year was $30,000. Okay. Now we're looking at $63,000. Well, things cost more. You know, giving a kid $300 isn't what $300 was 10 years. So you're
Right.
trying to increase those support for kids as things change and as our members' interests change or grow, we expand out what we're doing.
Well, sure.
Yeah.
And that is a lot of pancakes.
That's a lot of
That's a lot of
pancakes. That's a lot of
We're
pancakes.
going to talk about that
Yeah.
event in our next segment, especially. But just the idea of focusing everything on that one big event.
Mhm. Yeah. Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, it is very, and like you, I'm in other organizations been in, to only have to raise money one time, and then you spend the rest of your year putting that money to use is wonderful. It's great, and that's it. Probably my biggest selling point when I talk to people about, well, what can I join? Well, here's ours. We're only going to be asking you to raise money one time. It's not going to be every month or every 2 months, or it's one time. Yeah. Now, we focus on it for a couple of months, but one event, and it provides us the money we need to do a lot of great things for a lot of kids in our community.
Well, it's a remarkable event that is itself. I don't know. It's grown. It's more
evolved.
than just a fundraiser.
Yeah,
I mean,
it is. It's a community event. Yeah, a lot of people. Nice. We still have a couple of gentlemen that they're going to be the first one in the door every year and have been for years and years. And one of the gentlemen that used to come with them, they passed, but they still come. We have people that will show up and say, my dad or my grandfather brought me to this event, and now they're there with their child or grand. I mean, it's just really wild how it's there, but it's kind of the official kickoff to the holiday season, and the community turns out. We've made adjustments through the year, of how we run it. Drive-through. I mean, that's just, people won't drive-through. Right. Every restaurant has, so we started one. So,
And it's always the Saturday before Thanksgiving.
The Saturday before Thanksgiving.
This year that is November 23rd.
23rd, yes.
Saturday, November 23rd.
Yeah.
Starting like at 3 in the morning.
Well,
y'all may be starting.
Yeah, some of the people who do our sausages, they get there about 3 in the morning. Right. The event itself starts at 6.
6.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, we're coming up on a break. When we get back, we will get into the real issue, which is the pancakes.
The pancake breakfast. Yeah. Okay.
All right. Well, thank you.
Thank you so much for your
And
time.
don't go away. A lot of crucial information after this break. We'll be right back.
The most affordable bachelor's degree in Northwest Georgia is right here at Georgia Highlands College. High quality and career focused. That's what you can expect at GHC. Apply today at highlands.edu.
Welcome back to Community Watch. I've been joined by Daniel Bosarge, who is the Pancake Chair for this year's Rome Noon Optimist Club fundraiser, the annual pancake breakfast, which is it's got to be a huge honor, but also it's a job.
So it comes with a job description and then some, right? You know.
But you have been the Pancake Chair previously.
Right. Yeah, I ran it in the year 22, 23, and at that point it was the best year ever. And then this past year, we had best year ever. So we're looking at this as every year is
it's gotta
best year ever, right? So you keep raising the bar, and it's a fun event though. I mean, everybody comes together, and I joke with all the volunteers and the members who have done it before, who've been long-standing volunteers, and then newer members who don't really know what to expect. You know, we become a mini Chick-fil-A that one day from 6 to 11. And it's fun just watching how, you know, you have folks who are past educators and other different careers and not really been in the food industry or the restaurant business. And that day we all come together and we run a drive-through and we run a pancake, all you can eat, and we cook sausage that morning, and it's kind of a miracle, but that really supports our club.
Having attended many years now, I know it to be really, I mean, I know it's a lot of work, but it's such a fun
event.
And it's it really does represent the beginning of the holidays.
It's kind of the kickoff to the holiday season.
Yeah.
You know, I have the chance, being able to run it, I have the chance of getting out in the crowd and talking to a lot of the people who come, and just the stories you hear. Whether, you know, a lady I talked to last year, she was like, I'm bringing my daughter for the first time. My dad used to bring me, and he wasn't able to make it. But we make this a tradition. So it's become a tradition for a lot of folks. And with the community sponsors, it's a foundation for the community that, you know, can go unnoticed. But at the same time, it's a huge honor to be able to take that and run that event for that day.
And you know, Scott was talking about the history of the organization. How long has the Pancake Breakfast been going on?
This will be our 64th.
My goodness.
Annual Pancake Breakfast.
My goodness.
So 64 years, you know, even just today, we picked up 750 pounds of sausage. So we usually go through 3 rounds of 750 pound sausage pickups to sell pre-Pancake Breakfast. And then we go through about an order of another 750 pounds that day.
Yeah.
So it is our 64th year. So 64 years is just a tradition at this point, to where it identifies our club.
Well, it's got to be one of the oldest ongoing events in Rome. There may be some others that are older, but
Well, the parade, you know, the parade downtown,
Right.
I'm sure that's another staple in the community. But yeah, it's kind of an honor for the Noon Optimist Club to be handed that, to where we've established that for 64 years. And it's awesome too, because, you know, I was telling some folks this morning, we were having a pre-planning meeting. You know, it's almost like, oh, well, you're taking this over year after year, and it's, you know, the first year is kind of daunting and a little stressful, but once you get in the thick of it and you kind of run it, kind of runs itself, because everybody's in their positions, everybody chips in, everybody volunteers, and you really kind of see it unfold that day if you were to go and eat. That it runs really smooth.
It is very
considering,
smooth,
you
yeah,
know.
yeah.
So it's an awesome, cool thing.
Now, I would think that an event like this would be very expensive, but you get a lot of it is donated.
We have so much in with our vendors and our suppliers supplying us with the materials needed to make that day happen. So from Kroger's, supply list that they give us, from Sam's Club has helped us in the past, the Sheriff's Meat Market with the sausage, a lot of what is now Graincraft, I believe, but Summit Hills supplies our pancake mix.
Yeah.
So a lot of thanks and gratitude that we have with our suppliers and vendors, and then also our community sponsors.
Well, you can't.
they-
We don't have time to name them all,
No,
because
there's
I've seen
it's expanded into where
you put out the list that morning of all
Right.
of the
Yeah.
contributors.
We put them on the placemats.
It's too many to name. I mean, it's just
The font is getting smaller and smaller every year, and so it's turned into we might have to do a front and back page.
well, that just speaks to what it means to the community, and also to the good work you do with the money you raise. So
Yeah, and Scott mentioned earlier in the segment where this is our one time, our annual, and so everything that's supported and contributed for this event carries us through the year.
Yeah.
In all of our scholarships and our events that we do. So it's a big help.
And it's a pretty impressive breakfast, actually.
Oh man, all you can eat. We talked about kind of the fact that it's $8 to purchase a ticket for all you can eat, right?
Yeah.
$8, $9 the day of, all you can eat pancake and sausage and all the drinks you can get. It's hard to beat. Now with inflation, with everything,
No, you can't.
it's
You
like-
can't beat it.
Yeah.
It's not just hard to beat. You can't beat
I
it.
don't think you can beat. Yeah, exactly. So $8 for the tickets for the pre-sale, and of course you can go to our website and contact us. You can go to the caboose on the Civic Hill at the Civic Center, and they have them there all day. So you can purchase tickets there if you don't know an Optimist member, or you don't know however else to contact us.
And that's where the event occurs, too.
That's it. Yep. It's at the Rome
the-
Civic Center. Yeah. So on top of Jackson Hill, Rome Civic Center, we open up. We get there at like 3:30. Start cooking sausage. Then the event happens 6 a.m. to 11 a.m. So.
And I know it's called a pancake breakfast. Pancakes are great, but really, I'm in it for the sausage.
And the sausage is so good.
It's remarkable sausage.
We get it from the Sheriff's Meat Market, and just the ingredients that they put in there, which is a long-standing ingredient list that we've had. And I think even talking to members who've been around for a long time, they used to go to Berry College and make the sausage.
Yeah.
And it was a secret recipe.
It's still pretty secret.
Yeah, yeah. Still hope. Yep. But they do a really good job for us, and sausage is good. I think last year, maybe I had 10 patties or so, just sitting there eating it throughout the morning.
Well, and I learned the hard way that you have to be alert to the sausage if you're going to buy it by the pound.
Yeah.
Because y'all sold out on me last year.
We did sell out.
It was heartbreaking, I gotta tell you.
Yeah, and so a lot of we did run into that where people, we were right at the door, and I know Scott was selling it with a couple other members, and it was quickly gone. I mean, people were taking bags out of
Now
pound of
there's
sausage.
always plenty for the breakfast.
Yeah,
so,
this is
people don't
for
need to
your
worry about that,
enjoyment as you go home.
but the sausage is for sale by the pound in addition to the breakfast.
Right.
So,
Yeah, and by the pound is $6.
which is crazy
Yeah,
affordable. I mean,
you know,
for the quality of that sausage.
Yeah, and for the benefit of what it's going toward.
Yeah.
You know, usually I'm willing to pay a little,
Actually,
even if it's a little more. I'll pay a little more to support the
I
club.
didn't get to last year, but previous years I have bought enough to give as Christmas gifts.
Yeah, that's an idea. And Thanksgiving coming up, you
Yeah.
that morning.
Because it keeps nicely frozen for a little while, and so I'm gonna be on it much sooner this year.
We'll get your
because
pre-order in after today. We'll go ahead and get the pre-order in. Go ahead and set it to the side.
Because that sausage is just spectacular. But it's a wonderful breakfast. It's a great event. Now, I know that you have a bunch of volunteers outside of the organization that
Right.
help you that morning.
Mm-hmm.
But for those of you who are in the organization, in the Rome Noon Optimist Club, who actually have to be there in the planning, and how soon in the year do you start having those conversations?
Well, this year we started having those conversations the end of August, early September is usually when we have those conversations with the club. And so again, we're selling tickets, we're selling sausage, we're selling sponsorships, and so it's almost like a weekly update that happens for each of our club meetings when we do meet. So we've got a meeting tomorrow with the Student of the Month program, so we're going to give a little quick announcement. And but yeah, it's pretty, like I met this morning with some members, getting everything ready to go, because you've got a lot of tentacles and things happening that run at the same time.
Yeah.
You know, that you have to make sure you get finalized and completed.
The pancakes are I mean, I don't know how early you have to be there to get the mix prepared, but they're cooked right in front of you.
Right, yeah, we've got about 4 griddles. We're actually buying a couple more mixers because they're whipping them out, giving them out as fast as we're putting them on the griddle. So
Yeah.
we've got 4 griddles going, big commercial griddles going, and then folks are lining up. And the hot time is usually, we were keeping up with the time frame this past year, and when it gets going, people pile in, and they want their pancakes pretty
Yeah.
quick. So
Yeah.
you're putting them there. So.
Yeah. And then the members that participate in the sausage.
We call them the sausage dogs.
Yes.
So they're usually running everything about 3:30, getting everything prepared and ready. And that's an experience. Part of the first year being in the Optimist Club, I was elected to be one of the sausage dogs. It's almost like it's a rite of passage as well. So they're like, you're going to be a sausage dog with us this year, and that was an experience, but a fun experience. You're in there all morning in the pit at the Civic Center that's off to the side, and you're just cooking sausage, and it gets heated. You're covered in grease, but it's awesome. It's a fun experience.
Well, we've got a couple of minutes left. I want to make sure that we let people know all the particulars. Again, it's always the Saturday before Thanksgiving.
Yep. So that is the November 23rd, Saturday, November 23rd, from 6 to 11 at the Rome Civic Center. You can buy tickets. Tickets are available for purchase now at the caboose up there at the Civic Center, and they're $8 a ticket. Sausage is $6 per pound, and you can follow us. I would say to really contact us, come to a meeting. To a meeting.
Right.
But you can find us on our Facebook page, Rome Noon Optimist Club, locally in Rome, and then RomeNoonOptimist.org is our website that has our calendar. We even have a special tab for the pancake breakfast that kind of gives you the history, what everything goes for. So that's just some information on how you can get a hold of us to enjoy that event
And
that day.
it's $9.
$9 that day.
So if you don't get advance tickets,
Save
you
a
can
dollar.
still.
Yeah, you could still come that
Yeah.
day and get it for $9. Yeah.
And in addition to the great community event and the fun of the event, you're doing such good work with the money. I mean, people need to keep that in mind. So
Right. Yeah. and it goes up every year. We keep pushing the bar and we keep meeting it. Like last
This'll be
year,
the best year ever.
yeah, every year is best year ever, right? Yeah. So
Well, we are out of time. Thank you.
thank you
and
for having us.
Scott as well for being with us, and thank you for being with us. And we'll see you on the 23rd at the Civic Center for the Pancake Breakfast. Bye now.